Good evening. This is All India Radio, Kohima. I'm Jonas Yantan with Evening News. The headlines. Principal Director Health Department Dr. Kevichusa Medikhru says steep rise of COVID cases due to carelessness of public. Over 360,000 fresh cases of COVID-19 reported in the country. ICMR intensifies efforts to enhance availability of COVID-19 testing kits and newer innovative testing solutions in the wake of spike in the new COVID-19 cases. And Agriculture Production Commissioner Kikheto Sema says state is facing drought-like situation and needs immediate action. As the number of COVID cases are on the rise again, we appeal to our listeners not to lower the guard, follow all the precautions, and all those above 45 years to get vaccinated without any hesitation. Stay safe and protected by following these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, focus on hand and face hygiene, and maintain a distance of 2 yards for social distancing. Now the news in detail. Principal Director of Health and Family Welfare Dr. Kevichusa Medikhru has said that the symptoms detected during the second wave of COVID-19 are much more aggressive than last year. He said the new symptoms observed during this wave include vomiting, diarrhea, nerve problem, conjunctivitis, besides the common symptoms of fever, cough and breathlessness. Addressing media persons at Kohima today, Dr. Medikhru said that a steep rise of COVID cases in the state is due to the carelessness of the people by not following the COVID-appropriate behaviors. He also observed that 45 years below are getting more infected than those of 45 years above who are being vaccinated. Dr. Medikhru further said the health department or the government alone cannot combat the pandemic and the state should not be facing any problem if the community involved in these issues. The country registered a grim record of the highest number of fresh cases and deaths due to coronavirus today. The record spike in coronavirus cases has increased the active caseloads in several states and union territories. The Health Ministry informed that over 360,000 fresh cases have been reported in the country within 24 hours. This is the highest number of cases registered in a day since the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic in India. The ministry has informed that at present there are over 29,78,000 active cases in the country, which comprises 16.55% of the total positive cases. With a rising number of fresh cases, the recovery rate has further declined to 82.33%. The ministry has said more than 261,000 people have recovered from the coronavirus infection in the last 24 hours. So far, over 1,48 lakh patients have already recovered from this infectious disease in the country. 124 fresh COVID-19 cases have been reported today in Nagaland, taking the total caseload to 13,569. Health and Family Welfare Minister S. Pangyapom in a tweet informed that 107 cases were detected in Dimapur, 11 from Kohima, 3 in Mokokchung, 2 in Mon, and 1 from Tuensang. He also informed that 32 patients have recovered, which include 29 from Kohima and 3 from Longling. With a total recovered cases of 12,183, the state has now 952 active cases. The union government has provided nearly 16 crore doses of COVID vaccines to states and union territories free of cost so far. Of this, the total consumption of doses, including wastages, is over 14 crore 89 lakh. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare today informed that more than 1 crore doses of vaccines are still available with the states and union territories. The ministry has assured that more than 57 lakh vaccine doses will be provided to states and union territories within the next 3 days. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on our YouTube channel, AIR News Kohima. The Indian Council of Medical Research, ICMR, has intensified its efforts to enhance availability of COVID-19 testing kits and newer innovative testing solutions amid the rising cases of coronavirus in India. ICMR has proposed to exempt several reputed global agencies from validation criteria for RT-PCR, RAT, home-based testing solution, antigens, antibody ELISA, and rapid antibody tests. It further proposed to accord marketing permission by Drugs Controller General of India on the basis of existing approvals. Several global agencies of Europe, Japan, South Korea, Australia, Brazil, and the agencies listed in the World Health Organization's emergency use listing will benefit from this move. At present, kits approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration under regular or emergency use are exempted from validation in India. It qualifies for direct marketing permission from the Drug Controller General of India. Agriculture Production Commissioner APC Kikheto Sema said the state is facing a drought-like situation with reports coming in from across the districts. He said immediate action should be taken in affected areas to tackle the situation. Kikheto said this today during a need-based meeting of all agri and allied departments to discuss on various difficulties and challenges being faced by the state. The APC said seeds failed to germinate due to shortage of water and shortfall of rain, while reports of hailstorm and attack of crops by fall army worm across the state have affected the crop production. Livestock farming has also been hit by the African swine flu and the foot and mouth disease, he added, stating that in extraordinary times call for extraordinary measures. Kikheto called on the agri and allied departments to take up the challenges faced by the people of the state. He said with 70% of the state population living in rural areas depends on agricultural activities which cannot be stopped even if there is a pandemic, and that the state needs to be prepared for any eventualities that may arise. He called for 4 C's: cooperation, coordination, confidence, and contribution amongst the departments to fight the issue that lie ahead. Kikheto also appealed to the citizens of the state to maintain a kitchen garden in their own backyards. Nagaland's Planning and Coordination Land Revenue and Parliamentary Affairs Minister Nipa Grono yesterday inaugurated the first Village Development Board village building at Kitsapo village in Pek district. The building was constructed in memory of former Chief Minister Vamuzo Pesau and the then Pek Deputy Commissioner A.M. Kokale. Speaking on the occasion, Grono said the village is blessed as various development activities are taking place in the village and called upon the villagers to work for the welfare of the people. The minister also called for all-round developments. An earthquake of magnitude 6.4 hit Assam this morning. The epicenter of the tremor was at Sunitpur. No major damages have been reported due to the tremor in the state. The CEO of the State Disaster Management Authority, G.D. Tripathi, said that no casualty has been reported so far due to the earthquake, but few persons sustained injuries. He said that several apartments, hotels and buildings developed cracks. Electricity and gas supply facilities have been disrupted in some places. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah spoke to Assam Chief Minister Sarbanand Sonowal and assured all possible help. Nagaland Chief Minister Nipiro also spoke with Chief Minister Sarbanand Sonowal. Rio, in a tweet, said the state stands in solidarity with fellow brothers and sisters of Assam. Meanwhile, the tremor was also felt in parts of Nagaland. The state helicopter service scheduled for weekly services, medical evacuation and other VIPs sorties have been suspended with immediate effect till further intimation. General Manager Nagaland State Transport stated that it was necessitated as 2 pilots were confirmed COVID-19 positive, while the results of the remaining pilots, engineers and other ground staff are awaited. As per COVID protocol, remaining crew members of the operators are presently under quarantine. Nagaland Public Service Commission has declared the provisional results of NCS, NPS and Allied Services 2019. Candidates may log in to the Commission's website www.npsc.go.in for more details. And now to the news, here are the main points again. Principal Director Health Department Dr. Kevichusa Medikhru says steep rise of COVID cases due to the carelessness of public. Over 360,000 fresh cases of COVID-19 reported in the country. ICMR intensifies efforts to enhance availability of COVID-19 testing kits and newer innovative testing solutions in the wake of spike in new COVID-19 cases. An Agriculture Production Commissioner, Kikheto Sema, says state is facing drought-like situation and needs immediate action. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.